So a big, massive welcome to everybody today, and thank you for joining us on the first adventure webinar of 2022. We've got some excitement today for you because we are literally dotted all over the world. So without further ado, Emil, tell us who you are, where you're from today, and what your prize is.
Hi, everybody. How are you? I am the UK sales manager for the Grenada Tourism Authority, and I'm here in the beautiful island of Grenada, and the weather is amazing today. My prize today is a £50 voucher.
Super. Thank you very much and welcome, Emil. Okay, Shelley.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. I am Shelley van Rensburg from Shamwari Private Game Reserve in the Eastern Cape of South Africa. We're going to be offering a lovely South African hamper to the lucky winner today. So enjoy it this afternoon, everyone.
Brilliant. Thank you very much and welcome, Shelley. This is your first webinar that you've done with us, so we will be very, very gentle with you, but we're very much looking forward to hearing about what you've got on offer. So thank you. Tabitha.
Hello, everyone. My name is Tabitha. I work for Heritage Hotels. We have camps and resorts in East Africa. I am now in Nairobi, Kenya.
Perfect. Your prize today, you've got a free stay, I believe.
Yes, we do. We have 2 nights for 2 on all-inclusive basis in a junior suite in Voyager Beach Resort on the Kenyan coast.
Super. Thank you very much. And last but not least, we've got Victoria.
Hi, everybody. I am representing Fort Young Hotel today in the beautiful nature island of Dominica in the Caribbean. I'm currently in London though, so a bit chilly, and hopefully we'll be able to get back out to Dominica soon. So today I'm going to give away 2 nights to Dominica so somebody can go out and experience everything the island has to offer.
Super, thank you very much. And you're the first speaker today, so if you will transport us to Dominica.
Okay, so hopefully everybody can see my screen.
All good.
Fabulous. Okay, so I hope everyone can hear me. So just to let you know, obviously we have Fort Young, but we also represent Bay Gardens, Water's Edge Villas, St. Peter's Bay and Port Ferdinand. So if you need any information on any of these properties, please do reach out to me. So first of all, I want to tell you a little bit about where Dominica is. So in the Eastern Caribbean, it's situated between Guadeloupe and Martinique. It's also very close to St. Lucia. In terms of reaching Dominica, you can go through Barbados or Antigua. They are the easier hubs to get through. And both Virgin and British Airways have flights that go from the UK into Barbados and then from Barbados over to Dominica, and you can get a through ticket. So that's quite exciting. It makes it really, really easy to get to, and you can get through in the same day. So I wanted to use this slide to show you a little bit of the island and give you an idea of the colors and the scenery. When we talk about the Caribbean, we always think about beaches, but Dominica is very, very different. Dominica as a destination is a bit like the Costa Rica of the Caribbean, but it has the advantage of having longer seasons. And it's great because you can twin it. So if your clients wanted to do a beach holiday somewhere in the Caribbean and then come on to Dominica, it works really, really well. There are amazing landscapes in Dominica. There are amazing waterfalls. There are hiking. There's bird watching. Everything you could imagine, Dominica has it on land, but it also has amazing experiences underwater as well. So just to set the scene, I'm going to play this short video and give you an idea of how beautiful this island is.
Okay, boom, we call it Dominica.
Yes, the nature isle of the Caribbean.
It's rum punch time.
Oh, we call it Dominica.
It is spelled Dominica. It is not Dominican Republic. It is pronounced Dominica and is situated between Guadeloupe and Martinique in the Caribbean.
When I think of Dominica, it's all natural. And you can get any, you could just go to the tree right now and pick a pawpaw and you just eat. You just go to the garden, get a cane and you make a juice. So it's just lovely. It's just nature. You know, you could get everything from Dominica.
We are Dominica.
We call it Dominica, the nature art.
Live life.
Yeah, we love Dominica, and I hope you love it too as well. You don't know.
We call it Dominica.
We call it Dominica.
It's called Dominica.
Call it Dominica.
We call it Dominica.
We call it Dominica.
We call it Dominica.
It's called Dominica, the nature island.
Nature, you're one with nature. If you want to be in harmony and one with nature, come to Dominica.
So there you go. That was just a little bit of a video to set the scene. And also, if there's anybody on the call today from the US market, we have now got direct flights out of Miami. So they launched on December the 8th. So if you do have clients that wanted to come in from America, it's amazing in terms of connections now. So just on the screen now are some photos that I took last time I was over in Dominica in November last year. And just to show off some of the colors, I mean, it's just the most incredible island in terms of lushness. And it's, you know, absolutely stunning. So if anybody would like to use any of the images or videos that I'm showing in the presentation today for any social media marketing or newsletters, please do let me know and I will be happy to forward these on to you. So in terms of hiking, we've got loads of different hikes in Dominica, and the Watabuki Trail actually goes from one end of the island to the other. It's not something you could do in a day, but there is a passport of hiking in Dominica. So if you have clients that are interested, you can actually gauge the difficulty level for the hikes. And we have very moderate hikes right up to the Boiling Lake, which is a 6 or 7 hour hike, which is stunning. And you go through the Valley of Abyss. So it's really, really great destination for things like hiking and also canyoning. You saw a little bit on the video, swimming up natural gorges, bird watching. There are loads and loads of activities that you can do. I just put this video in as well because this was actually our GM doing some canyoning. So I thought I'd show this video as well so you can see this is really for everybody. You don't have to be Bear Grylls to get involved in the activities. And the canyoning, actually, there are, I think, 7 different stages, and you can either jump down them, or if you wanted to, you can hike down them or go down on the rope. So it's really, really good fun. The water's pretty cold, but it's awesome. It's really amazing. And then diving. So I've spoken a lot so far about what you can do on land, but Dominica diving is amazing. It's a little bit like Bonaire in terms of what you'll see. So you don't have the big things, but you have loads of beautiful colors and lots of little things. And the hotel, Fort Young, actually is the only hotel on the island that has a dive shop on site. So I'm just going to play a little bit of this video so that I can just show you a little bit of the diving. And what's, I think, also lovely for Dominica is that, I mean, this area that they're diving on now is called the Champagne Reef. And you can see all these bubbles coming up. So because it's volcanic, there's loads of bubbles. And as you swim through them, it's really warm, which is pretty cool. But what's lovely is if you're not a diver, or you have a party, maybe a couple where somebody is diving and somebody isn't diving, on this particular area, you could go and snorkel and the other person in the party can dive. And you can kind of wave to each other. So where you're snorkeling, it's about 17 to 20 foot. And then as you go over the reef, you can look down and see the people that are diving on the same wall. So it's really lovely, loads and loads of colors. And this is the diving at the Champagne Reef. And then you can probably see from the background that I've got as well, we have whales in Dominica, and these are the sperm whales, and we have them all year round. So nearly 200 resident sperm whales, mothers and calves. So you can actually buy into packages where you can come out and do 3 or 6 days of swimming with the sperm whales, and it's kind of free diving with snorkels. So you don't have to have done your PADI to be able to do this. It's an amazing experience. I mean, these are huge, huge mammals, and they're beautiful and ever so graceful. And it's a real bucket list adventure. If you're interested in booking it through an operator, then let me know, because I can tell you which operators have got the packages, and they often combine the packages with some land adventures as well. So I'll just briefly show you the hotel. So in terms of the location, you can see this is where the hotel is. It's in the heart of Roseau, which is the capital of Dominica, right on the edge of the Caribbean Sea. And also you've got all these activities, and everything is in like 5 to 20 minutes of the hotel. And the hotel itself was originally built in 1699 as a fort. It's had many different lives, lives throughout its experience, but it's now a hotel, and has been a hotel for the past 30 years. And it's the only one, as I mentioned before, that actually has a dive shop on site. So this is your location of where you'd be staying, right by the Caribbean Sea, and it's amazing. You can just look out to sea. There's a stunning views. You can also snorkel from right outside the property as well. We do actually do free shore diving. So if you wanted to, you can borrow some diving equipment, and you can go out and you can shore dive free of charge right outside, just here where the gully is. Or you could also have somebody to take you around and show you, because we've sunken some cannons and things. So if you actually did want somebody to give you a guided dive, then you can do that as well, and that would just be a charge. Or you can go out and do deep water diving and night diving. They can arrange absolutely everything for you from the dive centre. Now, all the rooms were refurbished during the pandemic, so they're all fresh and bright. And what's lovely about Dominica, and last time I took a fam out to this hotel, so many of the agents were saying that they really felt while they were at the hotel that they were in Dominica. And I think that's really important, so that you know where you are when you come to a destination, particularly when you're looking for that adventure side. The restaurant at Fort Young Hotel is beautiful, all wood. The food is amazing, and you can really choose whether you eat inside or whether you're outside overlooking the Caribbean Sea with those amazing views. And because of the destination, we've just launched something called the All-Inclusive Island Included experience. So if your clients wanted to book on bed and breakfast, we have those rates, but if they wanted to upgrade to our all-inclusive, they can actually have an all-inclusive package that includes their food and their accommodation, also includes their airport transfers, and it includes transfers and one activity every single day. So they would get to experience an element, be it on land or underwater, of Dominica every day of their stay on the island. And then just to finish up, we are launching now with My Booking Rewards. So you have an opportunity every booking of 5 nights or more for bed and breakfast, you would get $20 or £20 or €20. And if it's a booking for the all-inclusive island included, then that would increase to $40, £40 or €40. So really worthwhile to register, please, on our program. And then we can also send you lots of updates. So that's everything from me. Thank you so much for your time and for listening. My details are on the screen now if you wanted to take a note of my email, and you can just reach out to me if you'd like any images or videos that you've seen today, or if you'd like any more information on what's actually included in the all-inclusive island included, what those activities are, what your clients would be doing. Please do reach out to me. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Victoria. I think everybody's loving your videos. I love that Dominica one. It just literally, what is Dominica? And it sums it up perfectly. So yeah, I think you'll have a lot of emails today requesting that from you. So a big thank you. I hope you was all listening, because don't forget, every single person that's on the webinar gets entered into the spin to win. But we do a little question round just at the very, very end. So now it is with pleasure that I announce Shelley. Shelley, Common Transporters, the opposite side of the world. We're going to South Africa now, over to the Cape.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. I just want to give you a little bit of a teaser of Shamwari Private Game Reserve in the Eastern Cape, and then I will go through a brief presentation with you. So please enjoy. delighted to be able to share a little bit of Africa with you. So Shamwari Private Game Reserve is very much about conserving a vanishing way of life. We are one of the biggest private game reserves in Southern Africa. We're approximately 25,000 hectares. So to put it into perspective, if you had to put a fence around the entire game reserve of Shamwari, it's approximately about 120 kilometers of fencing. So where is Shamwari Private Game Reserve? We are approximately a mere 1 hour's drive from Port Elizabeth Airport, which we have fantastic connections both from OR Tambo, which is Johannesburg International Airport, as well as Cape Town International Airport. A mere hour and 20-minute flight, so it's a quick hop from those two international airports, and then it's only an hour's drive to our private game reserve. In terms of the game reserve, we are a Big 5 game reserve. We are in a malaria-free area, so really great for family travel. We have 7 lodges in total. Our latest addition into Shamwari Private Game Reserve is Sindile. And Sindile is very much a luxury tented camp. And it's very much for your honeymooners or those guests that would like a romantic getaway. Here we take no children under the age of 16, and there are only 9 luxury tents. So that is a maximum of 18 guests. Each of your suites have private plunge pools, which are heated, and then each suite has stunning vistas of the plains in Shamwari, where you can get to see the Big 5 at your suite. Our second lodge is Longley Manor. So Longley Manor is very much your Edwardian bygone era look and feel to it. Longley is our biggest lodge within Shamwari Private Game Reserve, where we have 18 suites in total. And it's very much for your families. We take children from 8 years and upwards. We also have a lovely family suite, which sleeps up to 6 people. 2 suites with their own ensuite bathroom with a private plunge pool and your own private vehicle with guide. Our Boma evenings are an experience in itself, as we have these lovely little dining pods to give that real intimate dining experience within the bush. Then in terms of another tented camp, we have Bayeti. So during the pandemic, we have recently refurbished Bayeti. Here we have 12 suites in total, and also all the suites have their own private plunge pools, and also great for your honeymooners, as we also don't take children under the age of 12. Then we have Sahili. So Sahili is very much for your exclusive use lodge. So great for extended families traveling together, or a group of friends that want to actually travel in a bubble and they want exclusive use. This lodge has 5 suites in total, and we can accommodate up to 10 packs, and also private guides as well. Now for the family travel, Riverdene has been designed with families in mind. Here we have 9 suites in total, and all your suites are interleading. The biggest draw card for Riverdene is our Kids on Safari Adventure Center. We really like to keep the children busy and active between game drives. We only take children from 4 years and upwards on game drives. Should the children be slightly younger, we do offer babysitting facilities for the younger children under the age of 4, while the parents and older children do the game activities. So great activities, from climbing walls, zip lines. We have 5 different slides. We also have a fantastic indoor area. So we really like to keep the kids entertained while staying at Shamwari. Then another romantic lodge is Eagles Crag. So Eagles Crag is built against a rock cliff where the eagles soar. And it's a real romantic, exclusive look and feel lodge. Here we have 9 suites in total. All your suites have private plunge pools that are heated, and we also don't take children under the age of 12. Then for the real adventurous clients, guests, and this webinar is all about adventure. So I'd also like to introduce Explorers Camp to you. And this is our walking safari. Here you do anything between 5 to 7 hours walking in a big 5-game reserve. And it's very much your tented experience and trying to bring it back to the natural experience. Even our ensuite bathrooms, we've made it as authentic as possible. And that's your walking experience, maximum 6 people within a group. You have 2 guides, one in the front and one in the back, and you can really experience the safari experience on foot. It gives a real different experience. What we also find is guests like to do a combination of Explorers Camp as well as one of our luxury lodges. Other activities that we offer within Shamwari is our conservation initiatives. And one of them is our wildlife rehabilitation, where this is wildlife where we rehabilitate, whether they're sick or injured, to be released back into their natural environment. And then our other second conservation initiative is our big cat sanctuary, which is part of Born Free. So those are cats that were born into captivity that have been rescued from unfavorable conditions, whether it was a circus or a zoo or even someone's apartment who thought having a lion cub would be a great pet, and they get rescued and they get sent to our big cat sanctuary. Unfortunately, these cats cannot be released back into a private game reserve as they have lost all sense of survival in their instinct. So we have these fantastic big bomas where these cats can actually be cats and enjoy the rest of their lives in a safe and secure environment. In terms of experiences, we have 2 game drives a day. We offer walking safaris. Your rates are all inclusive, so it's all your meals, all your game drives, as well as all your beverages are included in your packages at Shamwari. We highly recommend a minimum of a 2-night stay. However, a 3-night stay is highly recommended, as you would be able to experience everything what Shamwari can offer you in a 3 to 4 day game experience. Please find my details, my email address, our website, as well as our reservations details. Please feel free to reach out to me should you require any further information or videos. Thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Shelley. Wow, lots and lots of opportunities there for us to book clients. So brilliant presentation. So again, I hope you was all listening very carefully. We're now going to move back to the other side of the world. We're going back to Grenada now, and we've got Emil. Emil, over to you.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to Grenada. Let me put my presentation. Great. So, welcome to Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique. We are pure Grenada, and what makes us pure is that we're peaceful, unadulterated, rejuvenating, and easygoing. Now, I have a small teaser for you just so you can see exactly what we offer here in this beautiful island of Grenada. That was just a teaser. Now, how do you get to Grenada? Currently out of the UK, we have Virgin Atlantic, which comes on Mondays and Fridays, and that departs out of the London Heathrow Airport. And then we have BA, which is British Airways, that comes on Wednesdays and Saturdays. And we have direct flights, so it's literally a breeze to come to Grenada. Now, in terms of our travel entry protocols, because of course we're still under a state of COVID, we require visitors to be fully vaccinated. There is absolutely no quarantine when you come and no testing on arrival. The only thing we ask is that you complete a health declaration form and that you present a negative PCR results within 3 days of travel. In terms of our vaccination rate, currently we have 93% of our service sector fully vaccinated. Granted that we have a population of 110,000 people here. So that's just to tell you. Now, the islands of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique, because we're not just one island, we're a tri-island state, it would do so much more than just capture your heart with its beauty. It would satisfy that craving you have for adventure and your need to be at one with nature. Now, these beautiful islands, which are volcanic in nature and greener that you can imagine, we actually call Grenada Greens, contain all of the thrills that you're seeking in a tidy 133 square mile soaring mountainside midland trails with bright tropical flowers, playing with Mona monkeys and our awe-inspiring waterfalls, our tranquil turquoise waters, hug the shady coves, beg to be discovered by people who kayak or paddle boarders. Now, Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique is not your run-off-in-the-mill package adventure destination. This is the place where you make adventure. We're not just sea, sand, and sun here, we're so much more, and I'll show you in the rest of my presentation. As I said, we're 3 islands, one uniquely authentic destination. We're a geotourism destination, which means that tourism that sustains or enhances the distinctive geographical character of our place, its environment, its heritage, aesthetics, culture, and the well-being of its residents. You know, we have pristine, not only white sand beaches, but also black sand beaches as well as refreshing waterfalls, sulfur springs, boiling springs, crater lakes, and more. We have a lush tropical rainforest called Grenada with exotic flora and fauna. We actually also always win gold at the Chelsea Flower Show. So that's one main aspect about Grenada. We actually have the world's first underwater sculpture park, healthy reefs, great wrecks. We are actually the dive capital of the entire Caribbean. So that's just to tell you, we have over 40 wrecks, and we're a safe and community-oriented island. You have bountiful vegetation, the highest graded organic species, and dark chocolate. Now, we're also the culinary capital of the world. And one thing that's so special here is that we have what you call a bean to bar experience, in that Grenada is one of the only places where you can go and pick your cocoa from the tree, and it actually shows you the process of the cocoa from being a bean to a bar. Now, just to give you a breakdown of Grenada, because we're 3 different islands. So Grenada is safely located outside of the hurricane belt. It is the southernmost of the Windward Islands, right? It is 133 square miles, 21 miles long by 21 miles wide. We have of course, we have a population of 110,000 beautiful Grenadians, and our official language is English. Carriacou, which is our sister isle, is literally just 37 kilometers north of Grenada. It has a population of 8,000 beautiful and interesting people. What's so interesting about Carriacou, other than it being the gateway for the Grenadines, the word Carriacou actually means the Isle of Reefs, which makes that diving and snorkel experience so spectacular here. Also, Carriacou is rich in West African culture and big drum dancing. And what I have on the screen here is what we call shortly, and the native to Caraco's Carnival, which is in February. And Caraco is so rich in culture. We have boat building from our Scottish ancestors that still takes place. Caraco actually appeared in a scene on Pirates of the Caribbean, and it's home to some of the most pristine beaches and oyster bed mangroves. And Caraco is literally only a 20-mile ferry ride from Grenada, a 20-minute ferry ride from Grenada, or a 10-minute plane ride. Petite Martinique, which is the last of the sister islands, is approximately 456 acres, has a population of only 1,000 people. You can actually stay from one end of the island and see the next. That's how small it is. But there's such a close-knit, culture-oriented community. It just makes it so interesting. Actually, how they get around Petite Martinique is they walk on island, but to get from island to island, boat building is a pivotal aspect of culture there. And they're also known for its annual sailing regatta. I just have another video here teasing you of how beautiful this place is in terms of its adventure.
Something for everyone.
As I said, we have something for everyone. But what makes Grenada the perfect destination for nature lovers and adventure seekers? We have a large networks of trails for hiking. One can go river tubing down the Balthazar River, or you can even go river rafting. You can kayak through the bays and the protected mangroves, or you can kayak on the southern coast along Grandance Beach or BBC Beach. You can also snorkel the world's first underwater sculpture park, which actually has just been cleaned up and updated, making it ready and enhancing our product every day. You can actually go off trekking with the dune buggies or open back jeeps, or you can go ATV riding. So that's why we keep on saying we have something for everyone here in Grenada. Now, I personally love to go off-roading. Here, it's comfortable, easy to maneuver dune buggies, ATVs, and bareback open jeep tops will take you into parts of Grenada not normally seen. Here we have the ATV riding, we have the open back jeep tours, and here we have the dune buggies. I think the dune buggies are my personal favorite, and you can get those from Sun Hunters and Grenada ATV Adventures. In terms of our soft adventures, there are so much. One good thing here, because of the trails we have, is our bicycle tours. It's a great combination of exercise, sightseeing, and it's also a great way to see the island. Now, apart from that, we have hashing, which is a popular activity for locals and visitors alike. Happens every Saturday. Now, hashing is what you call an unstructured trapeze in the forest on foot, which ends at a rum shop for some good liming. Now, liming is going out. Since rum drinking is a tangible aspect of Grenadan culture, Grenada is one of those places where you can literally just pull up by a rum shop and have a drink. And one good thing about hashing is that after everybody's first hash, one tradition they have is that you drink beer out of a shoe. It's a weird tradition, but they stick to it. In terms of our hiking, there are so many trails. One good thing in Grenada we have about hiking is that we have Telfa Bado, who is our very own Indiana Jones here. He actually appeared on BBC's Free to Wander, and he has hiked up the highest peaks of Grenada in regards to upwards of 217 times. So here we have our trails here, which is Mount Kwakwa. We also have, when you hike through Granatang Forest, and with that being said, you then see our Mona monkeys, and they're the best thing is that you can actually put a banana in your hand and they will come on your shoulder. So Grenada is just pure, and that's what makes us so authentic. We have several waterfalls. I think my personal waterfall is Annadale and Seven Sisters, but I think it's so important for you to come here and be the judge, because we're such a beautiful island in terms of we offer so much in terms of the different waterfalls. There's Annadale, there's Seven Sisters, there's Concord, there's Rainbow Falls, there's Golden Falls. There's so much more, and they each so different in their own way, which makes them so special. The good thing about Grenada is that when you're finished hiking, like you hike to Golden Falls, you literally get to experience that. The mud is literally golden. So that's why it's called Golden Falls. Water sports. I mean, we can't have some of the best waters, the best water here in terms of its clarity, in terms of how it feels, without actually being a beautiful destination. One thing that's so special is that you can actually go snorkeling, you can go kayaking, whether it's clear kayaking, which is more so for the picture, but it's still a kayaking, or you can go kayaking with conservation kayaks, where they kayak through the mangrove and you get to see the different things like the turtles, the mangrove beds. You get to see so much, especially with the clear kayaks, you get to see the entire reef below, which makes it so special. You can also go snorkeling at the underwater sculpture park, or you can actually go river tubing, which actually lets the river push you with its natural momentum flowing current, and it's an experience like no other. Now, Grenada is no virgin to adventure. One thing that we have here is Go Drive. Go Drive is an experience like no other, which sails you along the western coast and the southern coast. You can sail up to Sandy Island in Carriacou, and you can see the crystal clear waters. You can also go sailing with Savvy Sailing, and the best thing about Savvy Sailing is that I don't think there's another sunset in the world that's quite like Grenada. With Savvy Sailing, you enjoy the sunset. You actually get to see that green flash while enjoying some wine and crackers, and you sailing with your friends or whoever your partner may be. In deep. Now, Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique has over 50 dive sites. We are the wreck and dive capital of the Caribbean. We have diverse marine life and extraordinary underwater sculpture parks, truly special. Not to mention that this year we're having a dive and conservation fest. So we have combined the two. So this year is the first year we're doing that, and we're literally taking our dives to the next level. And here I have some of the dive operators that will be perfect for that experience. Other than that, we have sport fishing. Now, the ever-thriving marine life and welcoming conditions make it exciting for fishing adventures when in Grenada. One good thing is that the marine life we have here is so amazing that we actually export fish. We have sailing as well. Now, Grenada is considered the premier yachting destination of the region, with regattas year-round. It's excellent marinas, and over 50 islets to visit. We also have river rafting here, which is interesting, and that is a new activity we just added, and it's amazing. No, as I said, we're just more than sea, sand, and sun. So some of the prime locations that are a must when visiting Grenada is the Claiborne Sulphur Hot Spring. You can actually see I have this young lady here. She's actually rubbing the sulphur on the guy's skin, and sulfur is so good for your skin, and this is natural sulfur. The thing that's different between Claiborne and the regular sulfur spring is that Claiborne is actually a warm, boiling sulfur spring, so it actually rejuvenates the skin. Another good thing to visit is Welcome Rock. Now, Welcome Rock is that picture right here on my right. It's like no other. You can actually see Carriacou on a clear day there. That's to tell you how good it is. I do have another teaser right here for you. just showing how beautiful our island is in terms of adventure. Thank you, and that's it for the end of my presentation. Welcome to Grenada, where you're free to wander. I have my contact details here if you need to get me. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Emil. Yes, I think it's certainly a webinar of videos today. Everybody wants the videos, so we'll need to make sure that if you can all send them to me, then when I do my follow-up tomorrow with the recording, I will make sure that all of the videos are on. So, okay, so a massive thank you, Emil. That was great, seeing all of the activities available in Grenada. So now we're nipping back over to the east. We're going to Tabitha, so she's transporting us to Kenya. So Tabitha, over to you.
Thank you, Sarah. So welcome to Kenya. Heritage Hotels is an organization that has been in business for over 40 years. We have a total of 3 brands. All our hotels are in Kenya. And we do have an experience where you experience the city, the beach, and the bush. So we have the Explorer, the Intrepid, and the Voyager. Up north, we have Samburu Intrepids, and then we have Great River Lodge, that's in Naivasha. It's about 2 hours from the city of Nairobi. We have in Masai Mara, we have Mara Intrepids and we have Mara Explorer. In Lamu, we have Kipungani Explorer, which is a coastal property. And then we have Voyager Ziwani Camp in Savo West National Park and Voyager Beach Resorts on the Kenyan coast, north of Mombasa. Mara Explorer is 10 tents. This camp is actually one of our premium camp. It's 10 tents, all river facing. And one of the unique features about this property is that we have outdoor baths. Sometimes you might hear a client telling you, I want that property that has outdoor baths. It's a property that is meant for honeymooners and you're out in the wild. So your experience is very authentic. We have game viewing. I know people talk about the migration, but I do want to confirm that we have game viewing all year round. And it's perfect. Besides a few months in the year where there might be some rains, which is honestly makes the adventure even more appealing. At least it is appealing for me. We also have balloon safaris in the Mara, and so in this property you can experience that. We have astrology, so if someone comes, you can experience stargazing while at this property. We offer bush activities, and this includes bush dining. So there's bush breakfast, bush dinner. And in this property, that's provided with our compliments. In this property, we take adults only. So kids below the age of 16 are not allowed into this property. Accessing this property it's 45 minutes out of Nairobi Wilson Airport, which is our domestic airport, and you'd connect from Jomo Kenyatta International Airport to this airport. Alternatively, if you're already overnighting in Nairobi, you can choose a property that's closer to Wilson Airport so that you avoid the back and forth. We have our own airstrip in the Mara, so you land in an airstrip called Olkiombo Airstrip. This is what the tent is like. To be honest, it's almost like a Masai Manyata. You really are in the bush. And I'd also like to confirm that this property is in the wild. We do not have a fence, so animals can access any part of this camp. You're encouraged, if you're staying in this property, to have your whistle with you and to also ensure that you practice caution and be escorted to and from your tent at any one time. This is one of the activities we do for our guests. In the evening, there's normally a bonfire. And because this property is on premium all-inclusive basis, guests, drinks, laundry, and a few other bills are included. And so these are places to relax and have their drinks after their last game drive in the evening. We do our game drives in open jeeps. And so it gives, especially the professional photographers, and this happens quite a bit as well, these vehicles are ideal for that. And of course, it also gives guests a lot of room to actually view the animals. Again, there's a balloon safari. These are bush dinner, which normally is free of charge for guesting in Mara Explorer. And while they're having dinner, we also have cultural activities, like we'd have the Maasais entertaining them. We also do bush breakfast in this property. And again, for the clients staying in this property, it would be free of charge. Mara Intrapid is a sister property to Mara Explorer. Explorer being adults only, Intrapid is now family friendly. And so families, kids are welcome to this property. We have a total of 30 tents in 2 wings. We have 2 family units. A lot of the activities are similar. For instance, we have astronomy here. We have game viewing. We have 3 game drives a day. We have Africa's Best Kids Club, Kids on Safari. We engage the kids. And of course, we know that children spend a lot of time indoors. So one of our focus is making sure that we keep them outdoor. So a lot of the activities will be around learning what the local community does. For instance, the kids in the Mara would learn how to catch butterflies, learn how to light fires without a matchbox, survival and education at the same time. And again, in this property, it's also the same location. So basically 45 minutes out of Wilson Airport. And there's a lot of cultural immersion. So you get a lot of interaction with the local community. This property is still focused on luxury, family adventure, and destination weddings. This is what the tent looks like. And for the family tent, in case you have 2 adults traveling with their kids, this would be a good option for them because you have 1 big bed and on the other side you have twin tents. The game viewing in this location specifically is breathtaking. It's authentic and it takes almost no effort to see wildlife. And also the other thing I can say is the reason why we can do 3 game drives is because even as close as the airstrip is, you're already on a game drive. So you kind of really spend a lot of the time viewing wildlife as opposed to getting to where the animals are. In the evening in this property, we have entertainment and usually would have either cultural entertainment where we have the Maasais, in this case, because it's a local community, entertaining the guests with dance and other activities. And before that, we also have lectures where we have our guides taking the guests through wildlife, what to expect, answering any questions or queries that they have. And also for those who've just checked in, giving them a heads up on what to expect and kind of just orienting them. And all this is free of charge for our resident guests. We have 2 kids club. This is an adventures club, which is for the younger ones from the age of 4. And the activities that are done for the children are voluntary, and parents can join in the kids if they so wish, especially for the timid children. We have another property called the Great River Lodge and Golf Resorts. This is one of the bigger properties that we have, but also split into 3 different properties. It's a golf resort, and it's also a conference. So anybody doing MICE, this is a very big property in MICE. We have 30 hotel rooms. The hotel rooms are predominantly, actually they're primarily for the leisure guests. So usually guests on holiday, honeymoon, and family safari. The business travelers would take an alternative suite, which is normally for the MICE clients. And for the leisure guests, some of the activities we have is we do have boat rides. You can do birding. We have lots of bird species in this property. You can go for horse riding. You can go on other excursions, including visits to the flower farms, because we do have lots of flower farms in Naivasha. That's the biggest exporter of flowers out of Kenya. It's one of the hotels that's has had lots of awards. And I'd also like to say it's one of the few places in the world that you can play golf as you see wildlife. You will make no effort. We have resident wildlife within the golf course, and so they get to experience that. It's also a very beautiful property for destination weddings and honeymooners. So we do set up for guests, for anniversaries, maybe wedding proposals, all sorts of activities, because you have beautiful gardens and there's a lot of privacy, and so it can be as intimate as the person requesting is interested. We also do bush dinners within this property, usually for the leisure groups, like the families traveling together. It's one of the one that does work well, and where we have agents sending clients in series. So if there's a group of guests traveling together, this is something we also do for them. We have a swimming pool and lots of activities as well there. We also have Voyager Beach Resort in Mombasa. Voyager Beach is ship themed, and so the concept is basically a cruise ship. And so we have Broadway shows, we have the cuisine is themed. We have 3 pools, 4 bars, and 3 restaurants. There's a shopping arcade, a boutique, and generally in all our properties we have Wi-Fi. In some of them it's just the public areas, especially in the bush, but in this property and GRVL, the golf resorts, it's everywhere. That's in the rooms and in the public areas. We have an extremely active kids club in this property with an active animation center. And we also have business and family tours. This property is 45 minutes away from Nairobi Airport, and you'd land in Moi International Airport in Mombasa. It's also 30 minutes away, transfer from the airport to the hotel. You have other options to access this property. For those who love adventure, the SGR, which is basically rail, and there's also a road, but I would highly recommend flying. The property is, as you can see, has you access the beach directly. You can see the beach from even the reception. And so most guests who come to this property are looking for fun. It's family getting away from home. For some clients, running away from the terrible weather. And as you may already know, Kenya has a very, very, very great environment, weather almost all year round. And so it's one of the places that people go to just relax. We have different room types. This is one of the executive rooms, and we have them in sea facing and garden facing. The kids club is actually quite active. In this property, we have all sorts of things, big scramble games. We have paintings. We have a restaurant for the kids. So they have their own buffet. They have their own area, sleeping area when they, they've had all the activities and maybe they need to do an afternoon nap. We have what we call the animation team. And just for clarification purpose, these are not maids. These are trained professionals who teach the children. So they are able to understand and teach the children both educational and also entertainment to ensure that the parent does have a holiday. Many times we see parents with young kids, especially around the age of 6 to 12, depending on the kid's temperament, probably do not even have a holiday. They have to keep switching. And so our provision is to make sure that this parent just gets to have a holiday. As long as a kid comes here, they will bond with the ladies and they will end up opting to just be in the kids club and not spend so much time with adults. There's lots of places to walk in the beach. And so that's one of the other activities that you can do. We have something called Sahili Lounge. This is a quiet area where you can just read a book, relax. We also have Kaskazi area where we view, it's basically very close to the sports pool, and it's also an activity. It's an alternative place where you can have your meals. And then we also have a romantic dinner on the beach. If you have honeymooners, this is something we can organize, and it's normally actually quite breathtaking. And then we have Smuggler's Cove, which is one of the other restaurants that we have. And this one is not included in the all-inclusive package. Finally, in Mombasa, there are lots of activities that you can do. You can go for Jesus. There's a sound and light show that goes on. You can go for biking tours. You can go on a sunset dhow. Lots of activities for the family and even for honeymooners. Finally, one of my all-time favorite, there's Voyager Ziwani Camp in Savo-West National Park. These are one of the places you go to, and it gives you that feeling of being away from the rest of the world. So we have a dam right in front of the restaurant. This property is very, very, very ideal for honeymooners. It's good for people who are probably working on something. And so you can fly, it's 4 hours from Nairobi and also 4 hours from Mombasa, depending on where you're coming from. We also have our own airstrip in this property. And so for the charter business, they would actually fly directly into the camp. We have a very good view of Mount Kilimanjaro, and there's lots of activities. Most of them are historical activities within this property. And of course, some of the other things you can do well at this property is things like fishing, and we have some jetties, so you can have exclusive dining for honeymooners with your own waiter, and it's actually a really good experience, especially for someone who wants to propose. You want a private place where you get a lot of attention and eventually, the proposal. And also other things we do in these properties, we have lots of bird species. So there's birding safaris. We also have nature walks, lots of active activities. You can also go down a crater lake. And again, we can also do the bush breakfast, bush dinners. And we also have an opportunity of doing night game drives. For those who have time, on one of the nights, they can also go on a night game drive. Otherwise, in terms of the kids, the activities we do for the kids, we have the young rangers and the adventurous kids. We give them activities depending on where they are based. So the kid going to the golf resort to learn how to play golf. The kids who are maybe younger would learn things that they can manage to do, like lighting a fire. You can learn how to ride horses. You can learn how to use a bow and arrow. It's very, very, very authentic, and especially focusing on the local community. We also integrate our activities to incorporate the local community. So like beading, sandals, and lots of the things that we put in our boutiques are made by the local community. So as our little way of supporting their initiatives. That's it, and thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Tabitha. Okay, judging by the comments, I'm thinking that everybody's really enjoyed this webinar. If you have, you can raise your hand. There's a little section on here where you can raise your hand. So if you have, raise your hand. Oh, look at that. Lots and lots of people. Awesome. Okay, we do have literally a very, very quick couple of questions. Emil, are you there?
I'm here, yes.
Okay, super. Celine's asked, are all the islands open and are all the cruises coming in now?
Yes, all the islands are open and all the cruises are coming in now.
Super, super. Thank you very much. And Victoria, are you there? We've got a couple of questions for you as well. Are there lots of restaurants to eat out at, and roughly what is the cost at Fort Young?
Because of the location of the property, you can walk out into Roseau, which is the capital, and there are bars and restaurants. What I will do is I will go ask the hotel to send me a list of some restaurants with links to the menus, and I will put that in my follow-up for everybody.
Super. And in terms of bed banks, which one has the all-inclusive rate, please?
Web beds should have the all-inclusive rate.
Okay, super. Thank you very much. Okay, so it's that time of the webinar now where we just do a little quick question round. So Victoria, you're on the screen at the moment. Just before you ask your question, if everybody can go to chat and just make sure that your drop down says everybody. And literally, as I say, everybody is entered into the prize draw, but the first person with the correct answer gets entered 10 times. So when I do the spin to win tomorrow, you've got a much better chance of winning. So Victoria, what's your question?
So our question is, and it's quite timely because we were just talking about all-inclusive. What is the name of our all-inclusive program? Oh my gosh, that's so good.
That was quick.
Okay, it was because I asked it at the very beginning of the webinar, and there's been so much amazing content. So well done.
Okay, so Tanuja, all-inclusive island included, which is the exact name. That's correct, isn't it, Victoria? Sorry.
Yes, that's it.
Super, brilliant. Okay, so Tanuja, you're entered 10 times into the spin to win. Okay, Shelley.
Okay, so Shamwari's question is, name one of our conservation initiatives which guests can go and visit and experience while staying with us.
Okay, so would turtles class as that, or are you looking for the name of one of the proper names?
I am seeing, yeah, they are correct. So if we could have, for example, I see a couple coming through that's completely correct, which is fantastic. And the other one, yeah, there's some good ones here. I'll let you know the correct answer. Exactly.
Okay, we've got turtles, and then the second person is Jenny, who said Born Free. Now I remember Born Free. So
that's correct, but if we could have Born Free with the second half.
Okay, so with next one we've got is wildlife rehabilitation. Was that correct?
Correct.
So Alicia is the first person then to have the correct answer. So Alicia, you're entered 10 times. So that's correct, isn't it? So wildlife rehabilitation, that is a correct answer.
Completely correct, yes.
Okay, brilliant, super, thank you very much. Okay, Emil.
My question is, what is the first festival we're having this year that we have combined and make one festival?
What is the first festival
we're having this year that we've combined and make one festival?
Okay, and do they have to have the correct name of it? Because we've got things like Feb and things like Dive.
Guys, I'm seeing Dive.
So Celine said it's the festival Feb Dive. Is that correct?
No, it's Dive and something else.
Confest Dive. Caribbean Carnival Diving Festival. Annual Sailing Regatta Diving Fest. Has nobody got it? Dive Carnival. I don't think anybody can get it.
Should I say the next question?
Do the next question, because I don't think anybody has got the correct answer at the moment. Dive Fest is not correct.
Grenada is a tri-island state. What is the second island that has a population of 8,000 people? Actually, yeah, I saw the answer. So Carriacou, they're correct.
Carriacou, brilliant. So Alicia was the first again, so I'm going to put down Daryl, who was the second person on that one. So what was the correct answer for the first question? That
Dive and Conservation Festival.
Dive and Conservation Fest. Yet nobody got that one. That was hard. That was tough, Emil.
Yeah, I know. I changed my question.
Love it. Thank you very much. And Tabitha, what's your question, please?
Hello, everyone. What's the name of our adults only camp? What's the name of our adults only camp?
Okay. Explorer.
Yes,
correct?
but we do have two explorers. It's Kipungani Explorer, so I would go by Mara Explorer. Someone got it.
So Mara Explorer is the correct one.
Yes.
So that's Natasha. Natasha, yep, Natasha Lott. You've got the exact, bless you. Mara, so the correct answer is Mara Explorer. Okay, super. So that's Natasha. Right, brilliant. Massive thank you, everybody. Thank you so much to Victoria, Emil, Shelley and Tabitha for coming on today and doing such amazing presentations. Judging by all of the hands that were raised and all of the comments, you've seen that everybody's thoroughly enjoyed it and it's been a big benefit to everybody. I will do a full follow-up and I'll send you the email addresses of all of the speakers. It'll be tomorrow and I'll send you the webinar recording as well if you want to keep hold of that. And a big thank you to all of the trade for coming on and supporting us. And don't forget, these guys sat in front of you, they're completely trade friendly, they want to work with you. So please do reach out for them and please do send them lots and lots of bookings. So next week's webinar is the family webinar. So hopefully we'll see you all there. So thank you, everybody, and see you all soon. Thanks, guys.
Bye. Thank you for having us.
Bye. Thanks, everybody.